Once a year, we come together and we celebrate the strange, the spooky, and the unknown. Welcome to the Parts Unknown pre-show. I'm your host, VTC, and tonight we have two matches in our pre-show. First up, we're going to have Joe Rivers making his triumphant return back to Elite, going one-on-one with another triumphant return in the form of Gene Emerson. Also, the last match of our pre-show will be a Mexican strap match. HCM3 going one-on-one with Mijo himself, Hector Flores, and it's bound to be a barn burner, a strap burner. Somebody's getting whipped, okay? Let's just say that. Guys, I hope you enjoy the show. Give me 1 second. Said, let's get right to it. It's Gene Emerson. Hey, see, I get it now. Versus Joe Rivers at Parts Unknown.
Whether you want to admit it, Canadian crippler, we have a lot in common. We've both been gone. We're both returning. Parts unknown. Two recurring superstars. One is going to have the homecoming. The other one is going to face bitter defeat. Crippler, I'm going to enjoy beating the living hell out of you and ruining your homecoming. Like the 2024 Indiana Hoosiers. This is my year. I ain't going to pussyfoot around and just wait and hope to God that an opportunity will come my way. I'm going to fucking take it. And it starts with taking you out. It starts with ruining your homecoming. This time around, round 2 for me is going to be historic. You're not gonna stop me. The creator's not gonna stop me. Vagabond's not gonna stop me. Brody's not gonna stop me. And I don't give a fuck if the Iron Bison has to get in my way. He is not going to stop me from having the most historic run of my career here in Elite Marks. I will stand here and I will plant my flag as the menace to Elite Marks and whoop your ass every step of the way. This is mine. This is my homecoming, and you don't have no right to try to rain on my parade, where it looks like you. I'll be sending back to Canada in tears where you can eat your maple syrup, have your free health care, and choke on a dick at Diddy's freak off party while I whoop your ass all the way back. Canadian crippler, best of luck at surviving. With all due respect, this isn't personal. This is business.
Joe, welcome to Parts Unknown, to tonight's little promo off. Now, Joe, I know you've been running your mouth. Joe, I also know
that you think you got an easy shot in front of you. Joe, I bet you were back in the locker room talking it up of how you're coming back, and somebody probably dropped my name, and you thought it would be the best thing for you. Joe, see, the best thing for your business is you should have started small. You should have worked your way up, and then maybe there would be something. But let's be honest, Joe. You've been nothing more, nothing less than a henchman, a bag boy, a person in the back. Nobody really cares. You've been that go fetch boy for other people. You talked about the names, Iron Bison, this guy, that guy. It doesn't really matter. And now you want to strike it out on your own. You believe it's your time. All about Joe. Well, Joe, it doesn't look like it's going to be about you here tonight. At parts unknown, they're not going to remember Joe. All they're going to remember is that Gene Emerson walked in and walked out with another victory. I've been in elite marks. I'm a former champion around here, Joe. I've proved myself that no matter if I come or go, when I show up, I show out, and I showcase the reason why I am better than every last one of those yahoos in the back. Joe, you want to stand amongst men. You want to stand against the beast from the east, a man that says, this is why the house always banks on me. Joe, here tonight, all they're going to remember you for is being that you may be a good comedian and you should change your name to Joan Rivers. Because at least then people would remember you. But by the end of tonight, Joe, you'll be a faded memory of the past. And you should have left and will be gone for a lot longer than 2 years. Because after tonight, Joe, you'll be faded memories. So thanks for coming to Parts Unknown. Here's your pink slip. Get back to the hotel. And probably you might as well stay in Parts Unknown, because it's fitting for a man such as yourself, Joe, that we know very little about. And do we really care? Because I know I don't. So, Joe, thanks for coming. But parting is such sweet sorrow now, isn't it?
Marks. Seems like this week I have a unique type of match against one of my nemesis here in Elite. We've been down this road a time or two before. Some would say this is more than just a normal match. Some would say it is more important than a title match. You might be asking yourself, how could it be more important than a title match? Well, it's a little bit more personal than just a normal match. It is a little bit more personal than just a title match. It involves family. See, this weekend in this Mexican leather strap match, I am up against someone who calls themselves family. They consider me their nephew. I consider him my uncle. And you think us being family that would mean something. You think that I'd have his back and he'd have mine, like families should. But HCM3, that's never been the type of relationship we've had, isn't it? You see, I've always been treated such as the black sheep of the family. I've always been frowned upon, looked as the reject, that one family member that you don't talk about, that one family member that you are disappointed in for whatever reason. No matter what I do or what I say, no matter how many people I've beaten, no matter how many times I've beaten my own family, no matter how many belts I've won, for one reason or another, I am frowned upon, looked down, and treated as a second-class citizen. Like my family is somehow better than me. Like they know more than I do, just because they've done this a little bit longer than I have. We're going to lay it all on the cards this weekend. Because this weekend, we are going to lay it all and leave it all in the ring. HCM3, we are going to whip each other with our leather strip belt. And we are going to whip each other until there is no more places to whip each other with this leather strip belt that our grandpa Francisco, God rest his soul, used to whip you and I with when we were growing up. It is not just business. HCM3. It's personal.
La people anda activa ya en Culiacán. Quisieron apresar al joven que comanda la capital. No se lo pudieron llevar.
Los verdes andaban bien bravos de más. Me tuve que salir por atrás. En la oficina me querían saludar o me querían peinar. Los jueves hay 2 por 1 en la ciudad. A peso y a punta de tostones se van.
Ternera las botitas dio.
You know, over the years, there's been a lot of family battles, family discussions. We've had our share of battles, Hector Flores. But every time it seems that we battle, nephew, it seems like you don't quite learn your lesson. But that's going to change this week. You see, the first ever Mexican strap match. Hector Flores versus 1/3 of the trio's champions. Now, you've talked about enduring a lot of punishment. You've endured a lot of trials and tribulations in your life, Hector. That I will give that to you. Your mother wasn't there for you like she should have been. And maybe your uncle, her brother, should have been there a little bit farther for you. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm here now, and I'm going to beat and earn some respect into you. As you can see, this is your grandfather's belt, my father's belt, draped across my neck as we speak right now. Take a good look at that M that is implanted on this belt. Now, that M has been implanted on many people over the years. The reason it's been implanted was because of the lack of respect and the lack of common goddamn courtesy in this family, because your generation seems to think that you can just take
whatever you want without earning it with respect and hard work. But this week that changes because HCM3 is going to beat some respect into you, Hector Flores. After it's all said and done, and I lash you with this strap over and over again, and as we see the flesh fly off of your body into that front row, maybe then you will truly know the meaning of hard times and know the true meaning of paying the goddamn price.
Hey man, give me high heel sneaker, and they sure don't look like cowboy boots. That ain't rock and roll that you're playing, and it sure ain't country or rhythm and blues. 'Cause you see I'm a dinosaur, should I die out a long time before. Have pity on the dinosaur. Hand me my head, excuse me man, but where's the door?